empire named our colony. These meant to be his offspring. Absolutely worth the best. I don't find more bullets, my sparkling butler days are over. Let's take care not to bring down the house. No one ever respects the house. Goes frightfully light. For a second helping. Maximum ammunition. Ostentatious fare. Effective. Oh, yes. Turnabout is fair play. Anyone for a second helping? Is there a hell for monster bats? I certainly hope so. Is it too much to ask for you fat folks to wear some punches? My weapon goes frightfully light. Find more bullets, my battling butler days are over.
Max ammo.
Absolutely worth the mess. ammo soon. But surely there are more appetizing things to eat than me. Ammunition. Anyone for a second helping? You know why you had to die? Here's a hint. The other ghouls were outage. Someone should teach these Nosferatu proper posture. Down to my last seconds. Best I can count. Is it heavy to hit back 10 times harder? Then call me Peppy. Oh, yeah. If I don't find more bullets, my bottling butter days are over. To hear that voice say, maximum ammunition. I have to confess, that feels good. I swear, you ruined my one good suit. a mess. My weapon goes frightfully light. Find more bullets, my sparkling butler days are over. I'd take care not to bring down the house. When was the last time you walked those 50 floors? For a second helping. More hideous in death than in life. I didn't think it possible. Those eyes, those awful beady eyes. Down to my last few bullets. Let's make them count. Let's take care not to bring down the house. Weapon goes frightfully light. Oh, you have to go through it. Will I get your coat? What scares me though? These things are how good I am at killing them. Just as unpleasant when you were alive. Anyone for a second helping?
How's it going, Hollow Soul? I am not using any cheats or glitches. This is a completely legitimate strategy, despite what it looks like. That being said, it's also a completely mindless strategy. Like, I really don't actually have to look at the screen at all. What I'm doing here is I'm actually sat next to the silver bullets wall by. And I've got PhD, so my Helion Salvo isn't damaging me. Same with Stronghold is going to help me so that the zombies can't really damage me. And basically what I'm doing, as you can see, I'm spamming the floor right in front of me. And anytime I'm about to run out of ammo, I buy more silver bullets, like right there. And that's the whole strategy. There are no glitches involved. It's quite alright. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. I know this does look like a completely ridiculous strategy when you look at it, and it absolutely is. I'm also miserable right now because staring at the floor and shooting is not the most entertaining way to play zombies. And it's kind of the worst of both worlds, because like when I play a map like Revelations, when I'm doing those first 100 rounds, it's literally just shoot Apothecon Servant followed by Ragnaroks. I can memorize the sound cues for when I need to pick up my Ragnaroks or when I need to shoot the Apothecon, you know. This, like, for this one, I can't memorize. I have to buy ammo when I'm about to run out. If I, like, you know, if I were to buy more ammo every time I reloaded instead of every time I ran out, I would actually be losing points. So it's not that I can just, like, listen for sound cues and be like, alright, I'm about to run out of ammo, let me buy more. I have to actually stare at the screen and wait. So it's not the most entertaining thing. I am surviving, that's very true. My previous best on this map is 134, but I gave up because I was like, so sick of this. This constant staring at the screen while I'm not actually seeing anything. There, that's the round. Yep, you can see I'm not in a glitch. I'm literally just next to the silver bullets. But this time around, I said I'm gonna truck forward. I'm gonna go for that record. I have about 93 to 94 more hours of this until I get the record, which is another like huge. Oh my god! You play Xbox One? I'll be honest, I think the PS4 is better than the Xbox One, but I think the 360 is better than the PS3. I love my Xbox 360. And whenever I play World at War, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, I'm using my 360. Do you go for high rounds?
Find more bullets, my struggling, but the days are over. When was the last time you bought those stupid drawers?
You're gonna get the Xbox Series X. That comes out... When does that come out? Later this year? It's gonna be soon. With the, I remember when the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One both came out, I kind of held off, and I was like, all right, let me. Highest you've been on your own is 88. Not bad. Which map was that? But as I was saying, I kind of held off on buying both of them. I wanted to wait until Call of Duty's fully migrated, because I was like, I don't need to buy. Black Ops 2 wasn't out for these consoles, and I was like, I like zombies, you know. I can play Advanced Warfare and Ghost perfectly fine on my 360. Once Black Ops 3 came out, that's when I was like, alright, it's time to upgrade. Gave up and called it a day. Yeah, it be like that sometimes. I used to, if you look at my PBs, you'll see that a lot of them will say like 100 suicide or are floating around the 100 area. And that's because I had set a goal for myself to get round 100 on every map. It was 9, the map 9, or... Gotcha. 88 on 9, that's pretty good. That's better than my best. But mostly because I haven't really grinded out a 9 high round, at least since the map came out. But I set a goal for myself to get 100 on every map, which I succeeded on every. So I've done Mob of the Dead, Buried, Ascension, Black Ops 1, every Black Ops 3 map except for Noct, Shang, and Shinonuma, which I'm fully capable of doing all of them. It's just kind of getting around to it. Oh, and Varuk. No, I have Varuk, right? Yeah, I love 9, honestly. But recently, a few months back, I was kind of like, why am I stopping at 100 every game? Let me actually just push and see how far I can go. And that's what I've been doing ever since, which is why I'm in this game currently. I want to really push my limits. My overall personal best is 268 on Tagner Toten, which I did back in Wait. When did I do it? No, it was recently. It must have been... It was probably, what, a month ago? Because it was after I came home from school because of the quarantine. Plus it was, yeah, I don't think it was January. I had started doing attempts back in January. On December 31st, actually, I held the 100 speedrun record on that map, which was beaten within minutes. Actually, I believe, so that was like very shortly after the one window strat was fully discovered and utilized. So, I think, like, nope. If my damage gets too low, that's what I'll do. That's like the only time you'll see me pull up the specialist. I pulled out the specialist 3 times this whole game. Yeah, but I got the 100 speedrun record and stopped there. I was beaten, I believe I was actually technically beaten before I had even said it. It's just that they had submitted it to Zombie Records after I did. But they played the game before me, so I never really had the record. And then I started going for high rounds, and I pulled out a 268. Hey, there we go. So that's my overall PB. But yeah, I started saying, why am I stopping at 100? Let me push myself as far as I can go. And here I am. I got the 268. I've done a few rev games that have all ended in errors. I did a rev no gums to 170, nice. A rev megas to 173, I think Zombies gets decent viewership, but high rounds less so. Because I think a lot of people have been getting better at the game, because the game has gotten easier, when strategies like this exist especially. But if you think back to Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 days, I don't know if you were part of the community back when those were the newest games, but like, high rounds were sort of a novelty back then. There was only a handful of people that really knew how to get past, you know, the 30s, 50s, into the hundreds and set these world records. So it was a kind of an admirable thing back then. But then when Black Ops 3 came out, we sort of had the introduction of OP Gobblegums, and Apothicon Servant and Stormbow were the first two new wonder weapons introduced. And the alternate ammo types. And then a lot of people started getting really good at the game, to the point where 50, 60, 70 was sort of a typical thing for your medium, like half-decent player. And sure, 255s were still a novelty, but a lot of people had the 255s. And now in Black Ops 4, it's sort of the same thing. Even though the records are pushed higher, the novelty has gone away because it's sort of the norm now to have what you were used to be considered really good rounds are just now decent rounds. That's why even when I'm on 125 right now, people are like, alright, that's not bad. If I get to 200 plus, it'll get more interesting. If I get to 300 plus, that's when a lot of people will start watching. But I've got a while to go. But I think it's lost the novelty because people have gotten used to it, because people have gotten better, and there's a lot more people in the high round community. It is still rare to get above 100, but I think Revelations has sort of hurt that, because a lot of people, even if they don't have 100 on any other map, a lot of people have 100 on Revelations. It is by far the easiest map to do so. When you throw in, and for the noobs out there, or the people that have never been good at getting high rounds, when you throw in things like Apothicon Servant and Thundergun, and the God Mask, and the Ragnaroks, you make it super easy for the casual player to get to 100, and when the casual player gets to 100, they become desensitized to the number 100.
My weapon goes frightfully light.
And it sort of has the effect on every map. It's one thing like, oh, if you see someone getting to 100 on Rev, everyone's been to 100 on Rev, so, but if you see people getting to 100 on other maps, they sort of equate it to like, oh, it's just like the 100 on Rev. It's similar, when it's really not. Mostly play and stream all day, and you rarely run into the players that make it 60 past. A lot of the high rounders don't play public matches anymore. That's what I notice. I'll go into public matches every once in a while, because it's kind of fun. I like to, I'll be honest, I like to troll online more than anything. To this day, one of my favorite hobbies is going onto Die Rise and placing trample steams around awkward corners. It's my dirty little secret that I do. It's fun. It still has the same value. Die Rise is the easiest to do it on, but you also get interesting reactions. I'll do this often. I will go on to Aether maps. I will go on to Classified or Alpha Omega or Tagged to Toten, and we'll be like 15 rounds in, and someone goes down, and I'll run up and I will revive them with the Scepter of Ra. And they just start flipping their shit. They're like, what? It is fun helping out new guys because getting them excited is a very enjoyable thing.
They work the best. I don't find more bullets. My
I think this was last weekend. I went online, I played a match of Classified. It started with 4 of us, but obviously 2 of the other players did the thing where they went down and then immediately quit, which I think is ridiculous. But I think that this goes in with the whole idea that the game has gotten easier. So it was 2 of us left in the game. I decided I'm gonna get rid of my weapons. I'm just gonna get brand new weapons. I'm not even gonna pack-a-punch them. And I'm going to sit in the elevator, and I'm not gonna leave the elevator. And I'm just gonna give up, and whatever happens, happens. You know, and I'll shoot the zombies. And I'll use my Wraith Fires, and I'll use my Specialist. But I'm gonna give up, and, you know, wherever we get, that's it. And I went from 20 to 37 before I had just dropped the controller and let the other guy play. And the other guy was really bad too. But it was that easy to go, you know. It was that easy to get the high rounds sitting in the elevator. The 2 of us were in the elevator together. He went down at least 15 times around. And, you know, I would literally just throw a Wraith Fire, sit there with my shield, wait till my Scepter of Ra was charged, and put the bubble down. When I play Classified normally, I'll use the trap strat if I'm playing solo, which I need to get better at. My plan is to do like a 150 run, or at least a 150 run, but I really need to make sure I have time, because I tend to often disconnect if I leave my console connected overnight. Like this game is on local, so I can put it into rest mode as I please. It's not a big deal. But if I want the 151, I want the Easter egg completion and not using the shield strat. So trap strat is the way to go. But I'm gonna wait until I have like a whole day or 2 that I can just fully kill, you know? Use the hammer on Classified. The Scepter of Ra made it so easy to just camp in the elevator and not even kill zombies and just let him do all the work, and then revive him every time he needed it.
That sounds good. Down to my last 2 bullets.
Typically, if I were to play Classified, I would use the Path of Sorrows, but online, it's so much more fun to use the Chaos Specialists. Or I'll use the Viper and Dragon. Hold on. Oh yeah, the hammer is very good with the level 3 ability, especially on 9. That thing can just mow down when you camp down in what's the room called? I forget. It's the one main room that has like 2 windows that the high round strats everyone camps in.
My weapon goes frightfully light.
But if you go down there, just mow through the zombies, the hammer. My go-to usually is the Viper and Dragon, just because of the Monkey Bomb ability. Can really get you out of bad situations. I mean, you could see in this game, I don't, the strat does not use the specialist whatsoever. It involves, like, if I'm about to go down, I'll pull it out and monkey bomb the zombies away from me.
My weapon goes frightfully light. I've half a mind to
Around the arena. When the game came out, that was sort of the meta, is like running in the arena with the Helion salvo. But I always have trouble on the even, like it's super easy to do on the odd rounds when the fire isn't active, but it's really hard when the fire is active. And yes, you can get fire immunity, but it's still kind of annoying, and it's not as fast.
I don't find more bullets. I'm battling, but the days are over.
This strategy is not the strategy that the world record uses. The world record runs in the master bedroom, and it has a similar concept. What they do, they will use their Helion salvo, but they'll also use the Alistair's Annihilator. Oh, what a perfectly timed nuke. What? How did that... Oh. How did that even happen?
One at a time, please. I can't serve you all at once.
What do you mean by doing it backwards? Does the direction you run around the arena matter? Because I don't, like, I think running clockwise or counterclockwise, it's the same way.
Down to my last. Let's take some time. Let's take care not to bring down the house.
See, I would set up a macro on my controller to shoot the ground and buy ammo every 40 shots. The only thing that makes it not work is the damn werewolf. Because he will come once per round or less, but usually once per round. And you have to look up to kill him. Shooting at his feet will not kill him, and he'll kill you, actually. Which is stupid. And that's the only reason why I can't run a macro. And there's no way to time it either, because he can come in the middle of the round. So I can't be like, alright, every 5 minutes look up and shoot 4 times. Oh, run backwards from the way you're looking. Interesting. I mean, at that point, I would run Tortoise. I usually, and if I'm running in the arena, I will run Tortoise. Because he can't be hit.
Oh, yes. Yes. You killed me in a dream. I killed you right here, right now. Master Alice disposed of a Celtic vampire named Powercock. And he's meant to be his offspring.
But, yeah. I think the kind of nice thing about Black Ops 4 is that the meta for getting to high rounds is very different on every map. Because I think Black Ops 4 is going to have a resurgence. Because what we're going to see a lot of is
I wouldn't give to hear that voice say, maximum ammunition.
what's it called? What we're going to see a lot of is...
I have to confess, that feels good.
makes your shield last longer, makes it easier to aim. Makes sense. Because That is weird, that texture. What was I talking about? I think Black Ops 4 is going to have a resurgence because every strategy is sort of different. When you look back at Black Ops 3, yes, each strategy, or each map has its own unique quirks to it, but at the same time, a lot of it boils down to alternate ammo types. You know, the question is all about when you start them. If you think of Horizon, the meta right now is just to run Cherry and Deadwire. Setsubo is only alternate ammo types. Krovi's only alternate ammo types. Revelations, you do use your wonder weapons, but after 210, it's alternate ammo types. Shadows, you're using your sword and your apothecant servant, but you're relying on alternate ammo types. It feels very similar. Each map in this game has a different meta. And even within the maps, there's different metas depending on how you run. Classified is the trap strategy. Blood of the Dead is a different trap strategy. 9 is very improv, because it's kind of a trap strategy, but you're also camping with the Helion. That time you make a full circle, all the zombies are in your line of sight. Okay.
Fresh ammo.
That makes sense. You know, Voyage of Despair is a camping strategy. This map, there's the master bedroom, and then there's this strategy. World Record uses master bedroom, but I don't like it because it's a hair faster, but in my opinion, not enough so to justify, because it's a lot more unsafe. This strategy is super safe. You know, I have not used the Dying Wish this game. I have used my specialist 4 times. But every map has a different thing, and I know that, like, it's a common trend to be like, alright, every map uses the Helion Salvo, which is true. Actually, it's not true, because I guess Classified you could use it. I don't think people even do. You do use the Winter's Howl and probably a turned weapon. You could use the Helion Salvo. Blood of the Dead, you don't use the Helion Salvo. Every other map you probably do. Not Alpha Omega online, but you probably do use that Alpha Omega offline. And on Ancient Evil, it's not your main weapon. You do have it, but you're relying on the hands.
My weapon goes frightfully light.
But yes, the Helion Salvo is popular, but the way you run is very different. Like, Classified is a running trap strategy. Blood of the Dead is more of a sitting trap strategy, like how Kino is. You know, you horde, one horde, kill them with your shield, use the trap, and repeat. 9, the meta's still developing. There's a lot of different strategies. On Voyage, you're camping mostly with the Kraken, and you have to run to get your ammo for that. But it's a camping strategy. This map has 2 strategies. This one is one of them. Master Bedroom's one of them. They both run very, very similarly. Like I was saying before, the reason why I don't run Master Bedroom, even though the world record uses it, it is more unsafe, but also what they do is they spam their Helion Salvo, and they'll use the Specialists and the Alistair's Annihilator. But when they're out of ammo, they run over here, grab the silver bullets, and then run all the way back. Ancient Evil, you're relying on the hands, much less so on the Helion Salvo. Helion Salvo's for the bosses. And the meta is all about... The thing about Ancient Evil is when you have Blood Will Fight your modifier, you can get unlimited ammo. Because the modifier will drop like mini ammo drops, which are supposed to fill one clip of your weapon. But the hand weapons... Nice. The hand weapons, since they don't have clips, they just have a running ammo count, it refills the entire hand. So it's ridiculous. Every 5 minutes. The world record on Ancient Evil is ridiculous. It's like 340 something. Or maybe it's definitely above 300. The hardcore world record's above 300. I wonder if he's in here, actually. Andy is in here! The current world record holder for Ancient Evil Hardcore is lurking in the chat. He likes to watch my stream and not say anything. Hold on, let's see. I want to look at what the top 10 is for this map, and I want to look at the Ancient Evil world record on regular. I don't know if Andy holds that one too, but let's see. Dead of the Night. I know the world record's 346. Top 10 is 211. Oh, that's easily achievable. I could do that. Ancient Evil world record is 310. Andy is number 7 on the regular high round boards for Ancient Evil. 310. Not as high as I thought, but still very high. What do you get for the world record? Bragging rights. For sure, bragging rights.
I think I remember you. You were just about...
You're not given a prize or anything, if that's what you're wondering. But you get your name on the leaderboards, obviously. You probably get some clout along with it. There will be people that know your name, you know? Depending on the record you go for. If I were to go and get the Call of the Dead world record right now, I think everyone in the community would know my name. But if I were to get this record, still, I would get a decent amount of clout.
Fresh ammo.
And possibly a shout out on either Russian or Johnny J25's channel, because they're both doing series on world records at the moment. But yeah. And, you know, to say that you're a world record holder, that's pretty cool. It would be cool if you got a prize. But also, like, the interesting thing is, you know, there are 30-something zombies maps in total. There are co-op world records, solo world records, hardcore, no gum, mega gum, you know. You're gonna have to go for 9 then. I believe 9 record is relatively lower. It's something like 200. 200 something. I'll look. I got the boards open. 9 high rounds. 208 with classic elixirs. Yeah, 208 is the record. So you got a little bit of ways to go if your highest is 88. The thing about this record is, in my opinion, you know, in my own judgment, I 100% have the skills to do it. I have the motivation to do it. I will get more of the motivation by being able to interact with Twitch viewers, so you're really helping me here. Because if I was alone doing this, I'd be bored. And I am bored, but I'm less bored being able to talk to someone. Welcome to my 5 viewers, by the way. I don't know if any of the rest of you are lurking in my chat at all. Besides Andy, of course. But, the number one, so I have the motivation, I have the willpower, I have the, for solo, the world record is 200, what did I just say, 208 on 9? That was the solo record. The co-op record is always lower.
But the days are over.
But the thing that would theoretically prevent me from getting this record, number one, obviously if I get an error before that, that would suck. This record's gonna take me a really long time. I have probably about 93 hours of game time left until I am going to possibly even see that record. Willpower is actually going to be a big factor. I'm motivated right now, but let's see how I'm doing in 40 hours. You can 208 solo? If you think you can do it, make sure you stream or record all the gameplay, and you'll have that record if you can get 208. And then you can submit it to Zombie Records. But the crazy thing about these records is, like, just the time commitment, in my opinion, the 100 hours that it's gonna take. Just get super bored and stop. It's gonna take you a lot longer than just one day to get 208. Because remember that these rounds are getting exponentially longer. To get to 100 in this game took me about 4 hours. It is gonna take me 15 hours to get to 200. It's gonna take me 35 hours to get to 255. It'll take me, I don't know, 70 hours or so to get to 300. 100 hours total to get to the world record. And in theory, if I haven't errored or my game has not tragically ended before that point, who knows? Who knows? But the only thing I gotta do is play fast and pay attention. I think these werewolves are the only thing that could possibly kill me, and I have a lot of leeway in that sense. Like, very shortly I'll be getting to the point where, like, even if I end up using a dying wish, which probably shouldn't even happen, even if I end up using a dying wish, it will recharge before I even could possibly see the next werewolf come, so there's that. Oh yeah, I take breaks. I'm not playing 100 hours straight, don't worry. This is my third day. I'm only 7 or 8 hours into the game at this point. But, you know, I started this on Thursday.
Take care not to bring down the house.
No way you could do a record like this playing straight through. But I've been streaming for just over an hour now, and I've done 9 rounds. Because I started this stream at 1:20. Jacob, I see you lurking. How's it going, Jacob? I'm sure this is very riveting gameplay for you guys to watch, just as it is for me. That is the one question I have for the more casual audience, and the more casual audience isn't. You would need a lot of monsters. It would take a lot more than just monsters to stay up for 100 hours. Because you're thinking, you know, 5 days non-stop. That's That's just not even healthy. It's not even worth it at that point. Yesterday I streamed for 3 hours and I just started getting tired. I was like, alright, that's enough for me. I went from 85 to 120 yesterday. Went from 1 to 85 the day before.
My battling butler days are over.
We're decently close to hitting max points as well, so that'll be a cool milestone. Oh, our kills already reset. See how I have only 1,000 kills there? The kills reset after 65,000 roughly. I was wondering when I would hit that milestone, but I already hit it. I do find it kind of interesting that, so the points on screen actually cap at 4 million, but when you go to the after action report, like if you end the game, that's annoying. Yeah, you know, and it's all about pacing. As long as, if you play on local, you know, you don't have to worry about disconnects. Like, I'm playing on local, so I can just play straight through and not be like, alright, I have 5 days to do this. Because doing 347 online sounds ridiculous. Because I've never had a game last online more than a week. And that would, you know, let's say I'm playing 10 hours a day, non-stop. That's only 70 hours, which would get me to 300, not 346.
What do you think? I just stand there and take it?
But, you know, at the same time, I do want to do it as fast as possible. Because let's say I wanted to just play 1 hour a day, and I was like, alright, that's enough for me. 1 hour a day. I'm looking at finishing this game around mid-August. And I don't want to do that either, because I like being able to use my PlayStation. Does it count on local for the world record? Yes. It will not count towards your online leaderboards, honestly, but Zombies World Records, the website, will count any recorded round as the record. So that is why I'm streaming this right now, so that I have video proof. It's kind of interesting that I haven't even bought a new shield this whole game either. Like, they don't even hit my shield. And I know it's because I'm standing with my back to the silver bullets table, but still. It's a unique thing that this map has that no other map has, because every map you really are working to conserve your shield, or you're buying new shield often.
I have to confess, that feels good.
Yeah, if you want to try to beat 208 on 9, you're going to have to play on local, most likely. Because it's either that, or you're looking at being connected to the servers for maybe a week straight, and leaving your PlayStation on for 7 days straight, which is just not, like, it's not the safest thing for your game. One, to leave your PlayStation on for a week, but also your odds of disconnecting before you even get a record are very high. Oh wait, did I say PlayStation? You have an Xbox. I meant Xbox. Nope.
These are not proper tools for the butler.
So what does that make you, Godfrey?
my health gets too low, that is when I'll pull out the specialist, and that was one of those times.
Ostentatious, perhaps?
You don't want to take any risks.
Oh, yes.
And another kind of interesting after effect of the way I ran this, I actually didn't physically see a Crimson Nosferatu appear on my screen until round 70. They were attacking me, I just didn't see one. Because I would kill them before they got within my view.
Is it petty to hit back 10 times harder? Then call me petty. Down to my last few. Best I can count. Ostentatious, perhaps? Effective? Oh, yes.
There we go, 130. I'm gonna fill up my water cup here. I'm not sure how long I plan on playing tonight. I think I want to hit 150 before the end of the night. Depends on how long I can go before I start getting tired. Yeah, because theoretically I can hit 150 in about 2 to 3 hours. Or I can go 2 to 3 more hours, stop at like 10:30-ish, and just stay at 150. Or I can like say, all right, I'm gonna stop at midnight, and wherever I'm at, I'm at. I don't know. I gotta see how I'm feeling in 2 hours. You're surprised at 129, it's still one-shot killing them? That is because on normal difficulty, the zombies' health caps at round 35. So, the zombies' health does not increase after round 35. And as a side effect of that, the Helion Salvo is a one-shot kill on round 35. It's a one-shot kill for the rest of the game. Might turn... Actually, I can't turn controller vibration off. I was gonna say the controller vibration's kind of annoying, especially when I'm like pressing my left index finger down to use the trigger the whole time. This is the one really annoying thing, like my left index finger, because I'm holding down the aim button, honestly is starting to go numb. Because imagine going an hour or a few hours without lifting up your left trigger. And then I was like, alright, maybe it would help to turn controller vibration off. But then I would have a harder time feeling the werewolf. Because the reason why I know the werewolf is coming is because controller vibration. Because I can barely hear him anyway. And he doesn't really make noise, I think. At least not until he's already next to you. No, I need it. I'm gonna need it to hear the werewolf. I'm not gonna be able to see him, and I need to make sure that I don't... Because if he's already next to me before I start shooting him, he might end up killing me. Which is not something I want to happen. I normally like it. It's just in a situation where where my left hand is sort of killing me at this point.
weapon goes frightfully light.
Let's see, I didn't get a werewolf last round. I think it's supposed to come every round, but it just doesn't sometimes.
You're all the same. Nary a thank you.
That's annoying. I was more hoping that the Winter's Wail would, like, not activate unless it was a really specific scenario, but occasionally you'll just get a bunch of zombies bombard me, break my armor, and activate Winter's Wail. See, I feel a werewolf coming, but did you hear it make noise?
Anyone for a second helping?
I bet you didn't hear it, but I was able to feel it much before he came. That's why I need it. And you could see, he did like 100 damage to me, which is a lot. Oh, Crimson Nosferatu. Winter's Wail definitely helps with that. But that is the only thing in this strategy that has a chance of killing me. It's the werewolf. Yeah, you wouldn't have been able to tell. Maybe, but like he literally spawns at the other side of the room. I can show you when the round ends. So, like, you know, you get no warning. Your warning is feeling the footsteps in your controller, which I have to use. And of course, that means I have to deal with the vibration the whole rest of the round. And that's another one of those small things, like, that normally you don't think about, but this is part of the meta. Just keeping vibration on just for that guy.
Fresh ammo. Anyone for a second helping?
I'll show you where he spawns once this round ends. Oh, there's another one. What?
I swear, you ruined my wonderful pursuit.
I wasn't expecting there to be two in a round, but okay.
I have to confess, that feels good.
Yeah, the Blight Father. I believe, you know, the Blight Father is a little more obvious because the thing is here is that I'm looking at the floor the whole time. If I was looking at the floor on 9, the Blight Father would be the same way, but normally when I play 9, I can sort of see it coming. And it's sort of, it's considered a catalyst, so I'll see a zombie turn into a Blight Father randomly. It's gotta be close to the end.
My weapon goes frightfully light.
Right?
Let's take care not to bring down the house.
Is it close to the end? Yeah. Yeah, the werewolf spawns right over there. So, you're really not getting any sort of indication.
Is it too much to ask for you black folks in those trousers? Absolutely worth the mess.
That's annoying that all 3 Winter's Whales just went away like that.
You know why you don't die? Here's a hint. The other bees will pout. If I don't find more bullets, my battling thunder days are over.
Oh shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, show a little decorum, please.
And that is what happens when I don't pay attention and I let myself run out of ammo. And that is why I always buy ammo before I run out of ammo. Because then I try and shoot a rocket launcher and I'm not getting an Alistair's Annihilator shot out in time because I have to charge it. And a single shot's not going to do anything to prevent me from dying. And right there's the reason why I have to watch the screen. And why, if I didn't have to deal with that, and there was like some sort of sound cue that said, hey, you are 4 shots away from running out of ammo, hold X now. That's what I really want, but there isn't one. And that's annoying. Electric Cherry is a good combo. It's not helpful here, just because anytime I'm reloading is right after I've shot the ground. The Electric Cherry wouldn't damage anything. Because you can see every time I'm reloading, I'm killing all the zombies within the circle around me. And if they're not inside that circle, they're not being affected by Electric Cherry. Plus, there's no perk here that I'd be able to substitute it with. I 100% need Dying Wish, I 100% need PhD Slider, I 100% need Stokone Strongholds. My raw perk there is the only one that's kind of up in the air, and I couldn't think of anything better. In my previous game I had done Quick Revive instead of... Winter's Whale, but it wasn't as useful. It wouldn't stun any zombies either, because no zombies would be living within this circle. And that's the radius of the Electric Cherry reload.
Anyone for a second helping?
I can look and see what my approximate round time is. I can see how long it'll take to 140 or 150.
I don't find more bullets. My battling thunder days are over.
Might do that after this round.
Last time you watched this,
Because 150 is a solid goal for tonight at least. And if I push myself further, that's even better.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't give to hear that voice say, maximum ammunition.
Kind of interesting that I thought the rocket launcher kills you if you fire close to yourself. That's why I have a PhD slider as my Zeus perk. It negates all explosive damage. It's pretty much an absolute must if you're going to run with the Hylian salvo.
But the days are over. Let's take care not to bring down the house.
It is its primary use. And I know it has the sliding effect, but it does say it in the description. It was literally made to be a copy of PhD Flopper. Why they didn't use the same name, I don't know. I think it would have been cooler that way. I think people would have enjoyed it more. It was kind of weird that they kept the names for some perks, like Mule Kick, Quick Revive, and Stamina Up have the same name, but... oh. But other perks like Deadshot, Electric Cherry, PhD all got new names. Winter's Wail, like, they could have made Widow's Wine again, and they could have just got rid of the effect where, like, zombies can drop more Widow's Wine grenades. They could have instead just been like... hold on. What is going on? Give me 1 second. I'm really into Bitcoin. I've been investing in Bitcoin lately. And Coinbase is sort of glitching out right now. I don't even... did it just drop by $1,000? Use Deadshot, Dying Wish, Mule Kick mostly. I would definitely swap out Deadshot. I would definitely swap out Mule Kick, because that will not be very helpful to you for going for high rounds. What's going on with the website? I just got a notification on my phone saying, "Oh, Bitcoin dropped by like $500." Okay, and then I open up the app and it drops by like $2,000, and it's not letting me. Totally glitching out. I don't even know what's going on. Yeah, it dropped like crazy. Holy shit. I think the website's down. Coinbase. It's not letting me sign in on the computer or on my phone. Maybe I should just give it time. I don't know. I'll give it a few minutes. What was I gonna do? I was gonna do something else at the end of the round. Besides Bitcoin. Oh yeah, calculate how long it'll take me to get to 150. Give me 1 second. Zombie calculator. Combined round time estimator. 6.7 seconds per horde. We're starting at round 132. And we're going to around 150. We're looking at 2.5 hours left. So I would get there at around 11 p.m. Roughly. That ain't terrible. And now here's the question. Am I willing to truck out to round 150 doing this? It is now 8:30 p.m. where I am. Do I want to do this until 11 p.m.? And the answer to that is, we will see. We will see.
Master Alice disposed of a Celtic vampire named Arthur. Are these meant to be his offspring?
But these rounds are going to start getting longer and longer. What's actually the estimated round time now? Hold on, I kind of want to see that. Where is my...
Thoroughly deadly.
Together,
pure brutality.
Fuck off. That's annoying. What is the estimated round time for this round? We're looking at 7 minutes.
What did you think? I just stand there and take it? Ostentatious, perhaps? Effective? Oh, yeah. Maximum ammunition. absolutely worth the mess. Down to my last few bullets. Let's make them count.
We're at 6 minutes now. For one round, it isn't bad, you know. Then we're looking at about 7 to 8 minutes a round from now until 140. So 8 times 8, 64. We're looking at probably just under an hour until we get to 140, which means an hour and a half to 150. To put into perspective what these rounds are like. Oh.
Max ammo.
Sure, why not?
Anyone for a second helping? If I don't find more bullets, my sparkling butler days are over.
What is that? Fire sale? Fire sale.